Did you expect anything different? Welcome to Look Around the Confederation. I'm your host, Vivian the Moose, and before we get started, please remember the views and opinions expressed in this broadcast, not necessarily the views and opinions of the SCV. It's GEC, nor divisions, brigade, camps, or any other subsidiaries, strictly those expressing them. And remember, this program is copyrighted by Stars and Bars Studios, LLC. How is everybody doing
in Dixieland tonight?
And that has freaked every one of y'all out. Mission accomplished. I can go home. How's everybody doing in Dixieland tonight? We have an action-packed show for you. As you can tell, though, I just got off work, so I will have to load it up. It's still loading. Sorry about that. One of my buttons came undone on this stupid thing. All right. Well, how's everybody doing in Dixieland? I see that we have the Lone Ranger, Past Commander-in-Chief Chuck McMichael. We got the 5th Brigade in the house. That must be my councilman, Mr. Keith. Good to see you, sir. Victor Smith, all hail the bed. Yes, the bed has made its reappearance, so you can actually still see it. But the whole reason I brought my camp flag in was so you couldn't see it. And we saw how well that went from the Private William Riley Milton Camp, 741 out of Florida. We got the Kentucky Division Commander. All I had to do was start the show 30 minutes later because of work. Kyle Thompson, good to see you. Greetings, Moose Mania. What you going to do, brother? Yes, Moose Mania is live and well. Al from Camp 155 out of Tennessee, good to see you. Got the Lieutenant Commander-in-Chief in the chat, Charles Ray. Good to see you, brother. Floyd from Camp 648 out of Hot Springs, Arkansas. Good to see you. We got the Florida man, Sean McFall in the chat. Good to see everybody. That one got me. Oh, gosh. Yeah, that one hurt. We got the Derek Glover in the chat from Camp 929. And my good friend, Wes Franklin. Good to see everybody. Good to see everybody. I almost died there. Work has been horrendous this week. So I do apologize for the lateness of the show and the fact that we're going to have to be killing time because of the fact that nothing is loaded in because I got off work 5 minutes ago. And we're going to have to take a weird break at some point because I have to take out my dog, who is more than likely very upset right about now. So I do apologize for that, but I also didn't want to cancel Look Around again. We've taken about a month hiatus off the show, so I wanted to come back and go through the news as best as I can tonight. I see Christopher Cannon in the chat. Good to see you. I see my resident bully, Stacy Wilkes, in the chat. Good to see her. Victor, I will be looking for it. Make sure it's uploaded. You guys have a 1 in a chance offer. Now, if you send it as the show started, no, I'm not going to upload it. But if you send it before the show, you can remind me. I will look for it. This is a one-off. This is a one-off. I normally don't do this, but because we are starting so late, because the news isn't even loaded in, we're going to do it. Screw it, we'll do it live. Why are we talking about gators? Gators are not friends. They are not food. They're friends. Gators might not be food, but they do make great boots. You sent it 3 weeks ago? Might want to resend it. Just forward it to me so I don't miss it. We're making an exception for Victor. It's my show. I'll do whatever I want. I'm just now getting to the WW Heartsteel Camp news, and that's like the first round of news for tonight. So this is going to be interesting. Oh, haven't y'all missed this? Oh, gosh. I'm just captain of the struggle bus as always. How do y'all like this? By the way, we never asked. How do y'all like the official SCV chat logo hat? I have been wanting one for years, and another great idea by my co-founder and partner in crime, Connor, or the great Conroe, on the hat. Why is this not pulling up? This is a story of my life, really. What? All right, well, fine. We'll do it this way then. Fine. Be like that. Be like that. I'll upload it like this then. Well, that's not the name you gave me. I sent that story July. Okay, that helps me. Thank you, Victor. I should be able to find it. Where am I in right now? I'm in July. What is this? Oh, it's a nice newsletter. It's a nice newsletter. Just wanted to shout out this newsletter. It's a great newsletter. Victor, if you sent it back on the 9th, surely we covered it. Now, I might be wrong, but I could have swore I covered it. Okay, I see. I see it. All right, Victor, I got it. Oh gosh, no one told me working sucked this much. Everybody lied. None of y'all prepared me for this. Why? Why? No one told me how much adulting sucks. The capital suck. Every time I do the intro, I got inspiration from that from Robin Williams in Morning Vietnam. Or I can't remember the actual title for that movie, but I watched just one scene, if you can't tell, and that's the one that stuck with me. So I've always wanted to channel that every time I do the intro. It only gets worse. Raise a drink. Swiggle water for the working man out there. Well, the problem with my job is I'm on call 24/7. So I got one of my first big clients. I got a magazine, and they went up with one of my bigger packages, and because of that, they get the perk of me from Monday to Friday. They didn't get the biggest package, which would cover every day of the week, which I'm almost thankful for. I have to, from Monday through Friday, from their opening until I go to bed, really, I have to respond to messages and keep the page updated and live. And that has been a lot of work, which again is a good thing. I mean, I'm happy that my business is doing well. There's always room for improvement, I think, but I'm extremely happy with my work. I love my job. I really do. I'm blessed to do marketing, and do marketing I'm very good at. But it also is like, okay, there. Starting a business, though, has also been an experience, because let me put Jason's thing back up. Yes, absolutely, Jason. 100% yes. Probably most of my stress is from the business side of things, not the marketing side of things. Even though the marketing side of the things, like I'm getting notifications right now about one of our content on that magazine doing very well. So, yeah. Okay. All right, that's some good news. I'm happy. We got some good news. I'm in my happy space. I'm back at Look Around. This is probably, if you think the Monday show is crazy, well, let me introduce you to this. This show is crazy. Charles says it's such a good movie. You should watch the whole thing. Oh yeah, absolutely. There's a long list of Robin Williams movies that I want to watch. I was a big fan of his growing up, but I have not watched these movies probably since I was a kid. So there's a lot of them. I remember watching the RV movie in Night Museum 1,500 times. I love those movies to death. I love Robin Williams to death. He's a hilarious actor, and he's still dearly missed. But yeah, no, that's where the how's everybody doing in Dixieland tonight? I came up with that part, but the pitch of it, the emotion of it, my broadcasting persona, if you will, it came from that one clip in Good Morning Vietnam. Thank you, Florida man. He said that he told me the name of the movie. No. I could not be a housekeeper. If I could show you my office right now because of due season, I would. But here's the good news. Let me make sure I don't show anything. I have membership applications, so I'll be sending out new membership applications and one reinstatement to National this upcoming week. I just have to find the proof of service and honorable service. I got the genealogy down, and I'll be sending it to National. So very excited about that. Got new members. Had a pretty and I'm done with due season per se. I got dues sent out a bit ago. I was a bit behind, I will say, but that's what the grace period's for. All I hear when you say coming live from the castle, Chuck, is from Castle Grayskull, thinking of the He-Man cartoon from the 80s. Jason, you got me. That's the big congratulations to you, Kyle. Where was that one comment that made me laugh? Where is it? It was from Ryan. Ryan, where it is? Oh, I agree. I don't think it's worse. Oh, y'all are killing me tonight. Y'all are killing me. Oh, speaking of news, look at this. Look at this. Speaking of Chuck, and Chuck appears in my news. Look at this. Boom. Ba-da-ba, 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 ba-da-ba. Y'all, I feel so bad for y'all. We're just watching Moose slowly spiral into insanity. That's really what y'all are witnessing, is me go crazy. Because honestly, for those who don't know, I started my business officially on Jefferson Davis's birthday, so I can always take Jefferson Davis's birthday off. I'll never have to work on his birthday again. And I wanted to start it on Davis's birthday. That was my goal when I graduated in May, was to work my tail off so the business could be started. Someone could probably argue I probably should have double checked some business stuff, but it's been a blast. But because of reunion season and all my stuff in the SCV, this is like the first. These are like the first couple weeks I've had to work full weeks. And let me tell you, it has been a lot, especially since I picked up a couple of big accounts over the last week too. And so now I'm working, twice as much I was back then. So we're getting pretty good with the news uploads, so we should be officially starting soon. We are going to have to take a commercial break at some point soon. And it's going to have to be a long one, too, because I'm going to have to take my dog outside. I really don't know how I'm going to do that. I can't control the show from outside, so we're going to be experimenting tonight. That's a good idea, Victor. Yeah, Robin Williams' improv was phenomenal. Let's everybody give a happy birthday to Ryan. Our brother in the SCV turned another year old, and he has continuously done great things for the cause. What? I'm very confused. Everybody, make sure to please. Oh, is this the? Yeah, that's the news. Okay, I was a bit confused. Let me put that in there. See, I'm also scared I'm going to get copyrighted for singing. It's a stressful thing, you know. I think we're about to wrap it up, so I can actually focus on the show, which is great. I better see some happy birthdays when I come back in there. I'm seeing some happy birthdays in the chat. I want to see some happy birthdays in the chat. Hello, how are you? I want happy birthdays in the chat, please. Also, just real quick, if you're going to send in news, please make sure your camp name is put in there. I hate not having the name of the camp in there because I feel like I can't give y'all the credit you deserve. So please. All right, one of the last ones from Derek. What? Yes, thank you, everybody. Adulting does seem, it's one of those things, and this is what I was talking about with my dad the other day, and it cracked him up. It's funny how when you're a kid, all you want to do is be an adult. And then as soon as you're actually an adult, you're like, wait a minute, this sucks. Because I remember when I was younger in high school, heck, even college, even, a couple years ago, even, I remember thinking to myself, because, I worked at my family farm for a couple years too. So here I am thinking, and I had all this free time when I worked at the farm. I got done with the farm work earlier than I get done with this. But when I actually got a full-time job, and this is like the first full-time job I've had for years now, running your own farm businesses that, like, sometimes I'm required to stay at home and cuddle with the dog. Oh, the horror. So, and I also set my own business hours, and with someone with insomnia, that is massive because now I have to get up by a certain time every day and work till a certain time every day. Even though I normally I make sure to get to work at time every day, but I never close on time where I said I'm going to close. I always have to work till like 7 or 8 or 9. The other day I worked till 10. So it's like so much different. You don't really think about it. I will say it kind of sneaks up on you. Derek, you sent something else. What was it? What was this? Huh? Okay. Sorry. I was trying to read Derek's news. But yeah, no, to get back on topic for a minute, because we'll have to take a commercial break before I jump into everything. I wish I could autoplay stuff. Where is a long video I could play? That's a 2-minute video. That's a 5-minute video. I don't think I needed that long, but I wouldn't be surprised if I did. All right. So, like, yeah, that's my bad, Derek. Because I'm obviously having to do this live. I was skimming it, so I got very confused, but I got it now. Well, no, Ryan, we're happy you're here, brother. I hope you had a great birthday. You're a family member of this Southern Brotherhood. I started a Facebook group, and the whole reason I did is because I want us to all remember, because you can sometimes forget, we are a band of brothers native to the soil, and we have one thing in common. We all have the blood of someone who fought for this land in us, and a lot of them died for this land. And so I want us to remember that. So, no thanks on my part, Ryan. I had a brother turn 51. So we are celebrating it on this show. As long as I'm running the show, we're going to be doing that. So, jumping around, because that's what the show is really, is when I had a lot more control of my schedule when it came to work. I haven't had a actual 9-to-5 job probably since freshman or sophomore year in college. So that's 2018, 2019. Not one. I've worked for myself. I've worked odd jobs that has a bit of a schedule to it, but nothing like that. That reminds me, I want that poster. Where is it? That does not help me. That does not help me at all. Yay, there it is. I designed this poster, so I'm very proud of this poster. So, because Mississippi has an event that we're going to start promoting this week. It's a big one. So I'm going to make sure to put that in there. But like, my gosh, working a 9-to-5 job sucks. I'm not even really working 9 to 5. I'm working, till usually I'm close to bed or I'm just done. It's hard starting your own business. I knew that at least going in, that how hard it was going to be, but something that I wasn't expecting was the hours. Like, I knew I was going to work some long days, but not every day was going to be me working until 10 or 11 p.m. at night and jumping off. Like tonight, I'll probably, after we get done with this, get back to work. I'll probably eat a quick lunch or a quick supper, and then boom, immediately back to work. So it is what it is. But again, I love what I do. I'm very good at it, I feel like. So that also adds to the enjoyment. Trying to think of what else. Make sure to share this episode out. That would be very helpful. Very helpful if you could share this episode out. So I'm pulling up our YouTube because we'll have a couple minutes where I'm going to have to run outside. Hopefully this works at the national reunion. It did not work because it's what we normally do. I need to get off the lives and just go to videos because we probably have a bit more there. Don't also fret with how long the video is. We probably won't keep it up the whole time. I just need a bit more time than our normal commercial break gives us. Make sure to share this episode out, by the way. So we are at the commercial break time. So when I do come back, we will be jumping into the news. I feel like I've talked about everything I kind of want to talk about. Sorry for the month-long break of Look Around, by the way. Let's see here. This is so unorganized. God bless y'all. But before we go, we need to talk about our sponsors. So our first sponsor up is, of course, Dr. Chris Cummins, MD. He is a past surgeon-in-chief of the Sons of Confederate Veterans. He is a lifetime member of both the Mississippi Division and national level. He is pretty good at treating some knee pain. And so if you've fallen off a fence or poked your eye with a stick or done whatever Connor did Monday, why don't you go check out Dr. Chris Cummins, MD of Oxford, Mississippi. I know I probably need to. You can go check him out at his website below, www.cmcmd.org. And he'll make you feel good with some good old-fashioned Southern hospitality to the point you're going to want to skip that apple day so you can go see the doctor. Go check out Dr. Chris Cummins, MD. Our next sponsor is Beauregards Taylor. They are a family-driven business that proudly offers T-shirts, reproduction flags, lapel pins, and so much more, crafted with exceptional research and unmatched quality. Visit them at beauregardstaylor.shop. And, of course, it wouldn't be a sponsorship break if I didn't mention that I got these wonderful stickers that I carried around when I graduated from the 11th Mississippi, the Students of Ole Miss flag. And I got this big giant flag. I got to fly that day. And it was all very affordable, and it all came in at a very reasonable time to be self-made for order. So definitely go check them out. Next up, we have the museum at Market Hall, home of the Confederate Museum since 1899. They're open Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. But the general rule is, if the flag is out, they are open. You can make sure to check them out. They have a wonderful gift shop as well, and they only charge $5 shipping. You can go check that out at www.museumatmarkethall.com. And you can make sure to check them out because look at some of the great stuff they have. They have currency. They have uniforms. They have flags, and I love flags. They have shorts. They have a picture that someone looks like Larry McClooney. They have a pistol, uniforms, and, of course, a cannon. So go check them out. Next up, we have the Sam Davis Home and Museum. There are many things to do at the Sam Davis Home. You can have a creekside picnic. You can walk through the herb garden, discover a nature trail, bring your dog for a game of catch, visit the 19th century smokehouse, kitchen, slave cabins, and more. Visit the final resting place of Sam Davis and several family members. You can watch a film inside about the boyhood hero, Sam Davis. You can explore the museum, participate in scavenger hunts, tour the historic home, and, of course, check out their gift shop full of souvenirs, homemade and local-made goods. Pro tip, give yourself an hour. It's my time to take the dog out. Give yourself an hour and a half to 2 hours to fully enjoy your experience. You can visit them more at samdavishome.org. I want to thank all our sponsors. And, of course, you can go check out and support the show on Patreon. For $2.50 a month, you can feed a moose. Look, I'm over here drinking water. Help a moose out. I'm probably going to eat, this pin tonight. Let's feed a moose a corn dog, guys. That's just for general support. For $10 a month, you become a real chat head. You get behind-the-scenes content and voting rights on like what we're going to, or if we have an idea and we're unsure about it, we'll ask y'all to vote. We ask opinions. You guys get extra content early, behind-the-scenes exclusive shows, and, of course, you get your name scrolling at the end of every SCV Chat produced episode. For $30 a month, you can get exclusive SCV Chat merchandise that not even me and Connor, the owners of SCV Chat, will get. And for $80 a month, you can sponsor the show and join our great list of sponsors. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Well, we'll be right back after this quick commercial break. And look at God.
Museum at Market Hall. It's a mouthful, but it kind of matches this room that we're in with the amount of artifacts. We're here with Miss Jill Hunter Powell. And we're going to show y'all some of the stuff that y'all missed today, but y'all will be back open tomorrow, right? And Sunday. Hours tomorrow. 11 to 4 on Sunday. beautiful pin here with the crescent moon and liberty in it. One of my ancestors, your ancestors, served the South Carolina unit, second Continental, so they were actually up locally during the siege during the Revolution. So the picture I have of the uniform with that, I'm going to do that.
And those were made by
Well, that is awesome. So we're
I don't know why you did that.
I don't know. So what might be some of your favorite artists?
absolutely well. So we have to start off with cannon. Cannon is the first rifle cannon to be made in the South, and pretty cool to feel the rifling in it and think about its history. It's actually made from frame, so they belted down a frame and made this. So it's a very interesting article. And then we come over to Robert E. Lee hair. Lots of people want to see a lot of Robert E. Lee hair right in the top of this frame. And then we also have down here a lot of Jefferson Davis's hair.
I know I looked for that Robert E. Lee hair for like
Did you?
for 15 minutes. I was like, yes.
Yes, absolutely. So we created this display right behind us for y'all. This is a bunch of reunion items. And we have some really cool reunion glasses that I understand somebody has reproduced and they're for sale.
Oh, really?
Yes, I would love to have one myself.
Yeah.
Whoever you are,
Yeah.
save me one. But yeah, so these are some of the pictures and some of the artifacts from lots of reunion in the past.
Yeah, of course, John Brown Gordon, who was the first Commander General of the UCV. And that is it looks like a first annual convention for
Wow.
So that is really cool for his
Fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
One thing that I love over here in the corner is the program from Rita Howell Davis's funeral. Just as far as my favorite artifact that I've seen, besides the sword and all the flags. I mean, I'm standing here with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess you call that pennant up there, even a flag.
Yeah.
14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20, 21, 22 in the over there. Separate
Wonderful
flags. So you're
The best to buy.
Oh gosh, yes. Again, sorry about that. I knew I was going to have to do that. I had to take my dog out to use the bathroom. Everything's coming through static. How's everybody doing? Thank you for dealing with that commercial break again. I do apologize for the bit longer commercial break tonight. I just didn't really have anything else to play. But I'm glad our friends at the Museum at Market Hall got an extra plug. So thank you all for letting us shoot that video. We need to go back and redo that video. All right, everybody, who's ready for the news? Who is ready? Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you're ready. I'll wait. Because they have a cannon. Oh, gosh. Oh, I didn't see David enter the chat. Good to see you, David. Oh, there you go. Thank you, Victor. Thumbs up, Victor. Okay, everybody. Well, let's go ahead and jump into the news then. We do have a good bit for y'all tonight. Let me close that out. Charles with the brazen hand emoji. That sent me. Oh, that got me. All right, so we're going to cover some news from the national reunion. So we had awards being given out. Of course, I believe you can go back to our banquet video to see who won our highest awards, the Jefferson Davis Chalice, and then under that, the Robert E. Lee Award. And, of course, the S.D. Lee Award winner I was very proud about. I think he definitely deserved it. But we also had some other awards that were given out. A member of the WW Hartsdale Camp 314 out of Marshall, Texas, won the Best Website Award for their camp. TJ, the Camp Sergeant of Arms, accepted the award. So, congratulations. That's an award I really, really want to win one day. Selfishly, I like building websites, but it's also good to have a great camp website. The promotion on that end is phenomenal. So, congratulations to Camp 314 on winning that award. But it doesn't stop there for them. Their Sergeant of Arms, TJ, also accepted the ATM Outstanding Camp Award for the camp. So this camp is on fire. Of course, the Hartsdale Camp out of Texas is a phenomenal camp that does a lot of great work. I'm so proud that they got recognized at the National Reunion. Very well deserved. This camp really works hard for the cause and does an outstanding job. Next up, we have the Richard Taylor Camp 1308 Shreveport Commander Alan Lawrence with the SCV ATM Superior Camp Award, the ATM Commander Mr. John, and Camp Sergeant of Arms TJ with the SCV ATM Outstanding Camp of the Year Award. Again, a big congratulations to that camp. They do a lot of hard work. Yeah, and let me put that from Derek. The Hartsdale camp is amazing. It's phenomenal. My good friend Herbert is in the chat. He texted me. I, for some reason, didn't have his phone saved, so I was very confused when I got that text, Mr. Herbert. And now we're going to jump over to the Florida division. Join the City of Tarvins, Florida division in the Private William Riley Milton Camp. 741 for Rifles, Rails, and History 10-year reunion in 2026. Here is some information for that. C. Robert E. Lee, U.S. Grant, Abe Lincoln, and the very special guest, Patrick, a.k.a. General A.P. Hill from Gettysburg. See Surgeons, Artillery, Infantry, and more battles and church services on Sunday, along with a period ball featuring a 7 pounds of bacon band. This is an event you don't want to miss. Setup is September 30th, and the event days are October 1st through October 3rd, 2027. Come down to Tarvins, Florida, as we step back into the 1880s. Is that Patrick Flacey? Whew. As AP Hill. Okay, look at y'all go. Let me take this down so you can see the logo a bit better. A 10-year reunion. That sounds like an absolutely phenomenal event going out in Florida. Tarvasi Tavern, tomato, Victor. It was pretty close in my opinion. I think everybody got the sale. This is a phenomenal event that honestly I wish I could go to. If it wasn't in October, I would be able to go to it. But the Mississippi Division hosts a event pretty close to that I won't be able to miss ever, more than likely. So I won't be able to go this year. I want to, or not this year. It's actually next year. We're starting promotion early, which is a good thing. You need to start promotion early. So 2027. And I mean that's a stacked roster. You got Lee, you got Grant, you got Lincoln, and of course you got AP Hill from Gettysburg, the movie. So it sounds like a full event full of great things. If all goes to plan, we will also have a full scale. Wow. They will have a full-scale functioning steam locomotive at the event as well. That is phenomenal work by the Florida division and the camp. I'm going to draw a blank. Camp 741. I forgot your camp number. I don't know why. I've done your news enough. I should know your camp number by heart. But that is wow. That was phenomenal. That's a great event. It's a year away, so I hope to see everybody making plans. Definitely go support our brothers in the Florida division. That sounds like an event that I know they had to work very hard for. Our next bit of news, though, takes us to an announcement more than anything. The Private Charles Frederick Hargett Camp 706 out of North Carolina, along with Southern Heritage Promotions, will be starting to produce cast iron Southern Cross grave markers as a joint venture. Here is what they would look like. Price will be $175, which includes shipping. Need a minimum of 100 orders to get it started. So this looks phenomenal. This looks phenomenal. That's some great work by Camp 706 and, of course, the Southern Heritage Products. Make sure to go support them. I'd love for that camp to be able to continue doing that. Next bit of news will take us to the Lexington, Kentucky reunion. So, as you can see, Lieutenant General Richard Taylor, Camp 1308 of Shreveport, Louisiana, at the 2026 National Reunion. While there, the camp was awarded the ATM Superior Camp Award and the Best Newsletter Award. So a big congratulations to that camp. Newsletters are extremely important. It gets news out to not only camps, but it can be a recruitment tool. You can show it off. So they're still very, very important. And, of course, congratulations on them winning the ATM Superior Camp Award. This camp does do a lot. This is a very active camp. So thank y'all for all you do for the cause. And the next bit of news is going to take us to Missouri. As the Major Thomas R. Livingston Camp 2327 of Carthage, Missouri, had a booth at the Southwest Missouri Military Antique Show. It was from August 14th through the 15th at Carthage Memorial Hall. Pictured are compatriots Jason and Gary Stewart. Not pictured are compatriots Lonnie and Wayne, who also helped man the booth. So thank all those men. Going to be scrolling on the bottom of your screen. Yes, Wes, the ATM's on fire there. Y'all are doing a great job over there. And that's a pretty cool looking booth. I like the booth. Let me take this part away so you can see it. That is a very, very good looking booth. So thank y'all very much for your hard work. Next bit of news we have is about a flag raising ceremony honoring the Confederate dead at Camp Blair Confederate Cemetery, which is this Saturday at 11 a.m. in Arkansas, hosted by the Major John H. Burton, Camp 664 of the Sons of Confederate Veteran out of Miller County, Arkansas. So make sure to go check out the event. Again, we have to support our camps. We have to support other events. If I didn't have anything going on this week, I'd love to attend that event, but I have another SCV event this weekend. So I will be on the coast this weekend at Beauvoir. So thank you. Please go support. One more time, let me just throw that up there. That will be at 11 a.m. this Saturday at Door Ridge Community Center, honoring the Confederate dead at Camp Blair Confederate Cemetery. So make sure to be there. I want to see good pictures. And Wes wanted to point out in the Missouri news, Ryan McDonald was there as well. Sorry, Ryan. Yeah, man, that's evil. I'm just going to throw Wes on the bus. Wes doesn't mind. And our last bit of news, we got a couple of events to go over. Will take us to Virginia. As the Turner Ashby camps, 1567 of Winchester, Virginia, had booths set up this year at the Frederick and Clark County Fairs. They met and interacted with a ton of people and possibly got new members for the camp. So congratulations. That's their booth there. You can see great work. You know, talking about another camp I know that's very active is the Turner Ashby camp out of Virginia. They do a lot of great work. We got some great camps that are on fire. So please, please, please keep sending us what you're doing. We need to make sure everybody knows what y'all are doing. And get out there. So again, thank y'all. I'm glad y'all got some new members and glad y'all represented us to the public there in Virginia. Chuck says he'll be at the event. Charles Array says he'll be at the event. So you got a past commander-in-chief and the lieutenant commander-in-chief right there. And, of course, Loy will be there. So that is awesome. Good to see that we already got a crowd forming there. Again, make sure to go check it out. Speaking of big crowds and big events, the Mississippi Division would like to invite you to the 40th Annual Fall Muster. We are celebrating 40 years of protecting and celebrating our heritage. It will be October 17th through the 18th. Experience life in the 1860s daily battles at 2 p.m., camp life, period music, and living historians, ladies' tea, and a small muster for the kids. There will be settlers, vendors, foods, and snacks. Fun for the entire family. Grounds open at 9 a.m. daily until 5 p.m. This is the big one. More information will be coming out of that soon. That is the big 4-0 for us here in the Mississippi Division at our beloved Jefferson Davis home. So make sure to go celebrate and tune in that event. I will be running around. This is my last probably time running around with my like a chicken with my head cut off. So make sure to go check out that event. It is a phenomenal event, and it's the big 4-0, 40. That's one of my lucky numbers. So definitely make sure to go check that out. And our last event that we want to throw some sunlight on is hosted by the historic Sam Davis Home and Museum. This will be their second annual storytelling and literary festival at the historic Sam Davis Home, and it will be held this weekend, August 22nd. We're looking for some awesome amateurs to wow us. Yes, amateurs. We want folks who can tell a story that can make people laugh, think, smile, and ponder the meaning of the old world. All in a kind, thoughtful, family-friendly, and humorous way. Man, I wish I could attend this. This would be great to invite Carl to, by the way. This year, we're hosting both adult and youth 12 and under contests with 2 1-hour fights for each. Simply put, we'll start off with the adults telling stories for an hour, then switch to kids for an hour. Each story should be around 7 to 8 minutes long. We want to hear your story, whether it's something that actually happened to you, a tale from a friend, or just a big lie. Yeah, Carl will be great at this. If we can get enough contestants, we'll be gladly to add extra fights of speakers so more people can tell their stories. Is your dad one of those guys who can keep a crowd chuckling and then have them rolling with laughter when he hits the punchline? Is your sister forever going on and on and on about crazy stories? How about your aunt regarding everybody with the time a squirrel got loose in the outhouse? Are your grandkids the second coming of Davy Crockett and his tall tales, where we're looking for some hilarious stuff, even if you have to sketch the truth or stretch the truth a little? All adult contestants will receive a swag bag, and the top 3 prizes for each flight are $150, $100, and $50. All youth contestants will receive a $10 gift card to spend in the museum gift shop, and the top 3 will receive $100, $50, and $25. this is a fantastic event from the sound of it, and a very welcoming crowd. So why don't you come out and enjoy the fun? If you'd like to enter yourself, please contact Jenny Lab at director@samdavishome.org for more details. The event will kick off at 10 a.m. The storytelling will begin at 11 a.m. for adults, noon for youth, followed by the second flight for adults at 1 p.m. and youth 2 p.m. We'll also have food trucks on site along with literary themed bakeries and other vendors. And they'll also have a lot of authors there too. This will be a family-friendly event. Admission is just $10 for adults and $5 for kids. Feel free to bring a picnic basket and lawn chairs. With fantastic authors and entertaining storytellers, a great crowd to cheer them on, a star will be born. Come see us August 22nd at the historic Sam Davis home. Also, they wanted to talk about the fact that new to the Sam Davis home is Miss Polly's Tea Room, and the banquet venue is now open. It occupies the Creek House. They have a variety of tea, sandwiches, sweets, jams, and jellies. It's a wonderful place, and their website is as follow. Will be in the chat for you to check out more details on that. So we post that in the chat and post that right here. This is one of those events I definitely wish I could attend, because I would have such a great time entering that contest. I have been known to tell a good story or two. I could tell y'all about peanut butter. I could tell y'all about John Adams, or I could tell you about the time I got hit with a car. Or I could tell you about the time that, actually, I'll save that story for another day. Yes. We have a good time here, let me tell you. But man, that's one of those events I'll definitely have to make sure I attend next year. That sounds just A grade right there. Phenomenal. Wow. But make sure you go check that out at thesamdavishome.org. You can also check it out on Facebook. Again, I wish I could attend that. That would just be so great to attend. It sounds like it'd be a blast. All right, we got a couple minutes. News is wrapping up. If y'all wanted to tell some tall tales yourself, as soon as I was about to say that, the Lone Ranger talks about how he was kidnapped and taken to India. Whew, man, y'all are great. I thought about telling the story of I did 2 truths, 1 lie one time, and I'll tell y'all the same thing. If y'all can guess it, I will give you a cookie. Not really, but in my imagination, I will give you a cookie. I, 1, have been hit by a car. 2, arrested for flying a Mississippi flag at the Ole Miss Stadium. And 3, almost got arrested for wearing the Colonel Reb suit when I was the mascot at Ole Miss from 2018 to 2023. So one of those is a lie. You tell me. He got a genie. That's why that's why he's got that past commander in chief money. He asked the genie to get us a budget raise. Now you're going to get questions about that. Same time I told everybody Carl was like rich. If I just started messaging Carl for money. If y'all can tell me the lie, I'll give you a cookie. This is my idea ball. Now that this is also my work office, I'll throw this around while I'm thinking of social media posts. I think I've done pretty good with them. Anything else? Y'all are quiet tonight. Wes says he's going to guess that the mascot story is the untrue one. Okay. So let's just recap. One of the stories is I got hit by a car. And let me add to it, I was hit by the car pretty hard. The other story is I was, I guess you could say, semi-arrested for waving a giant Mississippi flag, state flag, the real one, in the Ole Miss Stadium. And the mascot story is I was almost arrested by the chief of police of Oxford, Mississippi, wearing the Ole Miss mascot. I was Colonel Rev from 2018 to 2023, and one of those outings, it was a Christmas parade, maybe. Who knows? The chief of police might have taken offense to me. So Wes has got locked in. The mascot story is untrue. And I could come up with full stories for each one of these. So, if y'all want me to make up stories on the spot, even the true ones I can make up a story for, and it might be real. So Wes is going to lock in that. Got any other lock-ins? And we'll start wrapping it up. Chuck says the flag story is a lie. All right, so we got 1 for 2 answers. Is anybody going to say that me getting hit by a car at full speed is a lie? I can give you a lot of details about every one of them, Wes. On the car, I got hit by a car, and that car, I latched onto the hood, and it drove me into 4-lane traffic, heavy traffic with cars flashing by, and kept speeding up until I had to roll off the car engine and fall in the median and then run across the street without getting hit and go all the way back to my truck, which was not far away. I jumped off pretty quickly. And then when I was semi-arrested for doing the flag, it was not my plan. There was a couple Ole Miss students I was helping out with trying to get Ole Miss to fly the state flag when I was there. And we had brought in this giant, big, there's a picture of one of the flags that we did. But I wasn't a part of that one. And we threw the flag up, and it's this big flag. And we were going to do that again, but we got caught by the stadium security and got escorted off. And semi-arrested, meaning we were detained by the security team at Vaught Hemingway Stadium. And lawyers had to get involved. And then being almost arrested by the chief of police in Oxford, Mississippi, I had to almost disrobe, which taught me a very valuable lesson on what to wear under a mascot costume, because the chief of Oxford Police was very upset that I was there, even though Colonel Reb was in the Christmas parade for decades now. And our organization, this Colonel Reb Foundation, that keeps Colonel Reb alive on campus even today, has his logo, sells merchandise, basically the thing that's keeping him alive on campus for all the students. Had been doing it for 13 years at the time. And they had lost my spot, so they wanted me to go in front of the police float. And when I walked in front of the police float, the chief of police had a chair on there. It was like he was a king. And he boom, 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 down the stairs and threatened to arrest me right then and there. And it wasn't until, again, lawyers got involved, and my lawyer was like, that's not legal, that he stopped trying to arrest me. So I told you I can come up with a full story for each one of them. So which one of those is a lie? Chuck says he believes the car story. If I landed on my head, no, I landed on one of my, I think it was this shoulder, because you can still hear the pop. You can't hear it on stream, but if you were like right here, you could hear a pop because I landed on that and I never really got it looked at. So I'll wait. This will be the last thing we do. So I'm forcing y'all to comment. So Chuck says he believes the car story. Wes says he has doubts now about picking the mascot story as the untrue one. So those are 2 truths, 1 lie. We need some more answers. Come on, I see y'all in the chat. You know I can see you, right? So I want involvement. I want to hear you. Let me hear you speak. We'll wait all night. Come on now. I wish I had like a couple for Connor lined up. All right, Wes says he's going to stick with the mascot story being the lie. Lloyd says the mascot story is the lie. David says the mascot story is too random to be invented. All I'm going to say, David, is you haven't heard probably a lot of my story times. I've only had like 1 or 2 on the show that I've been willing to share because my life is interesting. So I love how everybody in this chat would rather believe that I got arrested and say that I didn't talk myself out of getting arrested. Because that's your 2 options, man. Either I got hit by a car is the lie, or I almost got arrested, or I did get arrested. Because I guess you could technically say being detained by the security team at Ole Miss's football stadium is an arrest. Because the cops were dag-nabbit. I don't know where that went. Because the cops were called. Everybody saying the mascot story is the lie. If I could have one person comment on everything, we'll see. I feel so bad for the Kirby Smith Camp 1209 coming in the chat to this. Apparently, David has not been to the oratory. We can all invent some very random stuff. Yeah, the majority of my oratory speeches are usually off the top of my head. I have bullet points that usually go off the rails. Like one year I finished early, so I went off the rails. Last year, it didn't feel right. So I started telling true stories of what happened to me at Ole Miss. And then this year, Connor made me laugh and made me forget the whole deadgum speech. So I had to reinvent it where I was at that point. Connor made me break on stage this year. All right, well, I'll give everybody about 2 more minutes and we'll call Warriors shirt to work today. That's phenomenal. Oh, that gives me something to talk about while we wait. So I do want to thank everybody that got the Moose Mania 3 shirts. We were able to raise a bit of money. It's not a lot. It was announced last minute, but I was very proud of it. For those who don't know, all the money raised from Moose Mania 3 shirts are going to be donated to the Recruiting and Retention Fund in honor of Gigi, Miss Linda Gramlin. She meant so much to us, and she meant so much to the Moose character and to Moose personally. And she came up with the Moose Mania thing. So I wanted to bring back the Moose Mania shirts, and everybody seemed to enjoy them. I'm thinking about making that a yearly tradition to raise funds to be donated at National to the SCV. But the reason the reason we're going to donate it to the Recruiting and Retention Fund is because Miss Linda, she made sure every new person was welcome and understood the national SCV level, because you can have things you don't know about or things you don't understand when you're going in. And she never stopped, or she always stopped to tell me that stuff and explain things to me. So I thought it being donated in her name to get some people into the SCV, to keep some people in recruiting and retention. I thought that was very fitting for her. So the money is on its way and soon will be donated to National. We'll probably donated at the next GEC meeting because I'll be there, so I can write the check for that then. All right. Charles says I wasn't hit by a car. All right. Wes says that he's thinking that Charles is right, but he doesn't want to change his answer now. All right, everybody. I gave you some time. I even told a couple stories, even updated you on the Moose Mania 3 shirt. So, yeah, and I got a picture, thanks to past Commander-in-Chief Paul Gramlin, of Miss Linda now that I keep with me at my desk here, my SCV desk and work desk. So, so the not true is y'all have zero faith in me. I was not arrested by the flag or by the Ole Miss Stadium security team and threatened with the cops. I was on my way when everybody got arrested and detained. When I got there, I saw no flag because it was supposed to be under the bleachers. And so I reached under the stadium seats and didn't feel it because I thought I was alone. So I was going to ask the people in front of me to help. And then someone told me that security had figured out our plan and tried to wait till all of us was there, and they thought they had everybody and arrested everybody. So I missed out on that. The only reason I did not get arrested is because I stopped to get chicken tenders. But I was hit by a car and dropped, and I say dropped off. I rolled off the hood and landed on this shoulder on a 4-lane and hit the medium. And I was almost arrested by the Chief of Police of Oxford, Mississippi for wearing the Colonel Reb mascot suit. So those are the two truths, and me getting arrested is the lie. Y'all have zero faith in me. Actually, no one picked, I'm pretty sure, the stadium story. So no one won. Oh, wait, no. Chuck McMichael did win. He said the flag story is the lie. Congratulations. Yeah, Chuck wins. Yep. I was going to take part in that, and when I realized that they weren't there and someone told me what had happened, I quietly walked away so I wouldn't be arrested as well, and I went and watched the rest of the game while trying to contact the lawyer for everybody. Yeah, it's funny because I'm late for everything, and I was so late I did not get arrested. But I was threatened with arrest by the Chief of Police of Oxford, Mississippi himself, and I was hit by a car at a pretty good speed, and I latched myself on the hood of this car, thinking that they would stop. They didn't. I thought she was a friend. And I got, drug onto Jackson Avenue. And as she started going down the road at pretty good speed, I was like, I don't know about this. I feel like I could fall any minute and land. My fear was I was going to somehow land in front of the car because she was not slowing down. And so I rolled off and hit my shoulder and had to walk back after trying to not get ran over in that 4-lane. And then, almost arrested by the Chief of Police of Oxford, Mississippi for wearing the Colonel Reb costume. The only reason I got out of it is I called the president of the Colonel Reb Foundation, or not the president, I was the president, but the alumni president of the Colonel Reb Foundation, talked to him and said, hey, I need you to act like my lawyer. And luckily he had some training in the law and he was able to talk the Chief of Police down. And then the Chief of Police was like, well, fine, you just can't stand here. So I actually had to get in the very back of the parade and ended up down a very dark street in the Colonel Reb costume. And people asked the Colonel for money. And luckily I didn't have any money in my pockets. But they did take pictures. So yeah, those are the two truths and the one lie. Funny enough, my church, when we played this game, picked the same thing y'all did. No one picked that I didn't get arrested. Everybody just would rather believe I was arrested. So I don't know what that says about me. That everybody would believe I've gotten arrested before. It's very concerning. All right, yes, Wes, chicken tenders saved the day, all because I was hungry. Because you got to think, I was in the mascot costume all day. I hadn't had a chance to eat. I was going straight from putting up the costume with the alumni members, with the alumni president. I dropped it off at his tent. I changed into my Ole Miss gear, which is, a nice button down. Back then, I probably wore khakis and some dress boots and a baseball hat because my hair looked like trash because I've been in a suit sweating all day. I smelled like I'd worked out with, Olympic teams. And I ran into the stadium and I hadn't eaten. So I was hungry, very thirsty. So I stopped and got me a drink and chicken tenders because we weren't going to do the flag until kickoff. So I had plenty of time. We weren't supposed to be there until right before kickoff. That was the plan. And so I went there, saw no one there, asked somebody what was wrong, where the people go, that they were my friends. And I felt under the stadium seats and didn't feel the flag that we had hidden. And they told us that someone came by and escorted them either out or in holding. And we couldn't get a hold of anybody, so we just assumed they were in holding. And it turns out, yes, they were. And we had to call the lawyer of the stunt to get everybody out. But I missed it. All right. Well, thank you all for watching and listening to me talk about my stories. Of course, we want to thank our Patreon members one more time, scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Make sure to like this episode if you like it, and subscribe if you're new. And make sure to tune in Monday at 7 p.m. Confederate Standard Time for your weekly episode of SCV Chat. This Monday, we will have Adam Southern on to give his report on the Hearth and Home, our executive director, so we can't thank him enough. And, of course, make sure to send your pictures, short videos, and write-ups to scyouthoutreach@gmail.com, and you'll be featured on the upcoming episode of Look Around the Confederation. I have been your host for the evening, Moose. And remember, chatheads, to stay Southern. Good night, everybody.